Hi, I'm Jude Dufton and welcome to today's podcast. As terrible a place Twitter is, it is one of the biggest forms of social media in the world. Different media platforms use it in different ways to appeal to their audiences. But what are these different ways, and should they increase their range of content to bring new people in? BBC Sport, for example, is one of the biggest sports accounts for sports fans in Britain. They know what their audience care about and what they'd like to see when scrolling through Twitter. On the 31st of August 2021, BBC Sport tweeted 113 times. 39 of these tweets are about the Big Six in the English Premier League, with 12 of these being about a transfer of Cristiano Ronaldo alone. Also, tweets involving the Big Six on average got 3 to 4 times as many tweets and likes than other tweets. This shows that the BBC know what will get more attention. Between January and March 2020, the BBC Sport page tweeted over 10,000 times, covering a range of over 60 sports. However, according to Xavier Raymond and Juan Rojas Torrijos, 55% of these tweets were about football. Rugby was the next most covered sport, with just 8% of tweets being about the sport. This reinforces the idea that there is a cultural bias within the media and what they report on. ESPN in America, however, tweeted just 17 times on the same day, with only one tweet being about the Big Six being published. CBC Sports in Canada didn't tweet about the Big Six at all on this particular day. Look at a more regional form of news, the Yorkshire Post. We can also see a cultural difference. Despite being based in the same country as BBC Sport, Yorkshire Post only had one tweet relating to the Big Six. This shows that there are different cultural differences on a national and international level. According to Dennis McQuail and Mark Dews, in an article published in 2020, culture can be defined by what we share with others, and it's a symbol of expression shared through communication. This is the first step to understanding what the relationship between the media and what culture is. It is understandable why there might be a cultural difference on an international level. Different countries have different interests and look at sports differently from how we do in Britain. America, for example, shows a big difference as they have interest in sports such as baseball and American football, whereas we usually prefer cricket and rugby. There are also cultural differences even between England and Wales. Football is a national sport in England, whereas rugby is preferred in Wales. There are other examples of this slight cultural difference between neighbouring countries such as Canada and America. Football is a growing sport in America, whereas it's still very small in Canada. Sport has also had a massive contribution to media. This could be why there is a difference between media platforms. As sport and media have grown, the media will offer coverage to sports that have grown in popularity with it. This has resulted in different countries and their media covering different sports. For example, football has always been huge in Britain, which is why there is so much media coverage. In America, however, the sport is still growing, so the media won't offer as much coverage. This ties in with how different sports outlets across the world produce content for their audiences. According to Robert Bellamy, the relationship between sport and the media can't be overstated. Overall, there's a lot of evidence to show that different media outlets across the world understand what their audience wants, and these outlets deliver this to increase their popularity. There's also a lot of evidence to suggest that the cultural differences on a regional, national and international scale dictates this. The biggest shock for me personally is a cultural difference on a regional and national scale, such as the difference between the Yorkshire Post and BBC Sport. This is quite strange given that there is no difference in the national sport between these two areas. Thank you very much.